Right, here we are. Back in a career. I thought we'd do something slightly different today. We're going early war and we're going German. Now all we have to do is pick a plane to fly. Maki, perhaps. Maximum true airspeed at sea level, engine mode combat, 50 kilometers an hour. Beautiful plane though. Useless guns. Let's fly the E7. Which is a respectable, if slow-moving plane. Hello, 76. Let's do the Maki. Ought to be something around here. Could also... 110 isn't available yet, apparently. F2. Condor Legion. Gruppo Autonomo Caccia Terrestre. Those are the only ones flying that particular plane. They're all the way over here. Taking off from Dugino Airfield. In the north. Well, I don't see why not. It's a much closer fit for all the... He looks slightly Italian. But it's not Joseph Klein, is it? It's Lucio Rigatoni. He's the son of a merchant. From beginning. Or by appointment. Well, we'll keep doing by appointment for now, I think. Oh no, barrage balloons. Whatever shall we do? Joke's on you, Russian. I cut my teeth in the trenches of the Somme, where we got mad victory points for shooting down those things. Back in my day, we even had people in them. Yes, obviously not a hero by the editing. Ooh, gorgeous. Panzer 110s. Beautiful. Welcome to the 22nd Gruppo Autonomico Carria Terrestre, etc. Oberfeldwebel. It takes some day to study the blah blah blah. Oh, they're the ones with that delightful little insignia. Well, I'm glad I joined them then. And we are Dugino. Well, nothing much more to it. We've all been through this before. Now, let's see. If we're really lucky today, and we're doing the stream in particular, so that Kayla, who's stuck at work this lovely Saturday, has something to do instead of working. Incoming enemy planes spotted. Intercept ground attack aircraft. They've filled up the Italian units with Germans, I see. Well, let's just double check. Difficulty level should be moderate. Career speed, realistic. Well, we can put it to medium, I suppose. We're not going to live that long anyway. Let's start on the runway. There we go. Realism is... I allow the object markers. And I allow spectators, navigation markers, warmed up engine, and autopilot. That's what I usually fly. So let's get to it. Control mishaps that we had yesterday with Rise of Flights have not proliferated. In other news, it is around 2 o'clock, Saturday afternoon, and you are listening to Radio Free Europe. I hope you're all having a lovely weekend so far. I don't, I'm stuck outside of Moscow. Supporting the 3rd Panzergruppe, apparently. I have to make sense of this. What are we doing? I thought we were taking off from Dugino. We are taking off from west of... We're taking off from Dugino, heading east to the northwest, I suppose. Protecting this area. The most beautiful plane. The most beautiful plane. Take a little less fuel. Armored windscreen doesn't do anything. You'll just die anyway. Could bring some gun pods if we're supposed to take out ground attack planes, I suppose. Let's do that. Some horrid looking gun pods. Yeah, we need to settle on a good paint scheme. I quite like the German one, but it is German. I rather like the Italian skins as well. This one is gorgeous. Ah! Well, this is the right skin for the group, so we'll go with that one. Oh no. Rather heavy cloud cover, I would say. Is that my friends over there? Just trying to make sure that all the controls are working. Indeed you do, Kayla. Just for you. We were already in the target area. You can see artillery's down there firing. Some rain effects. Where are those bastards then? Not here, that's for sure. Let's see if we can see some traces. Somewhere. Yep. There we go. Something is firing. Russian traces, though. Curiously. Or are these damn IL2s, I wonder? It looks like Russian ground targets, if I'm honest. "9 kilometers away? Well, god damn it. If you insist. We'll rejoin our friends then. I really like this plane. I still believe that it's one of the worst planes in the game. Certainly the most underpowered plane. But I really like it. For starters, it is gorgeous. And secondly, it is gorgeous. Lastly, it's rather beautiful. So you can see it has a lot going for it. There we go, German tracers. Got a Russian plane then? Looks like it. That's an IL2. I don't know if it has a gunner. It's an early version, so we're not sure. I'm not taking any chances. Whoop. Doesn't look like it. Okay. I don't know how to do about that. Bloody IL2s. Okay. Keeps flying. It's an IL2 after all. Gonna see if we can get some rounds into the... There we go. Oh, bloody hell. He's dead, mate. Wait, is that it? Was that an escort? Well. Yep, they are escorts. I simply got lucky there. I don't much enjoy fighting the AI inside a cloud because they can see where I can't. I'm still worried about that giant cloud of attack planes over there. Is that mad? Hello. AI is certainly using hacks. I believe there's some P-40s here. There's a lot of planes in the area, and I can't quite make them out. That's certainly a Russian. That's an I-16. Can't turn with that. Of course. Oh, Jesus. He was coming right for me. I'm sorry, but I'm just... Yeah, this doesn't look very promising, does it? One Marquis against 5 or 6 I-16s. And an IL2 somewhere down there. From what I could see. Gonna have to be very careful here. And unfortunately I can't see them very well. Because of the clouds. And if it was just about any other Russian plane, I could conceivably outturn them for a little bit in the Marquis. Which is a very strong... Oh, here they come. Head on and everything. Juke them a little bit. Maybe if I can get them... This is an IL2 hanging around just overhead. Oh, sorry for the atrocious aiming. Out of all things you want to meet in a... I'll see if I can put something into the oil radiator there. There goes the wing. I do believe we have an I-16 or something behind us. Yep, there she is. That's not the I-16. I will stay in this turn fight for a little bit, because I do believe I can win it. Maybe not. Though it is a rather interesting choice of tactic. Very typical AI. Yes. Now we're talking. A little bit of climb once I've depleted all my energy. Well, at this point I really should just get some separation. Oh, bollocks. Or I could take something to the rear end. Some 109. Some Maki to the rear end. Capital. Well, I do believe that, considering the quick end to all the last couple of career videos, safety is the better part of valor. We should head for home. And not engage any more yaks. Unless they just happen to run into us, that is. Ready, they didn't have these are the IL2s without rear gunners, where I wouldn't have parked on the 6 like that. Well, I mean, the IL2 rear gunners are never really the problem. The problem is that you can't bring them down. With the Peshka, however, I wish the Peshka could just have the rear gunner removed. Just want to see how extensive the damage is. Doesn't look too bad. No, that's just a flesh wound. And if I'm not mistaken, the runway is lined up on our right now. Nope, it wasn't. It was on our right, but it certainly wasn't lined up. Glad to see the flak firing too. Well, I-16's in the clouds, coming straight for us. Nah. Unstable at this speed. I don't know why they are camping our spawn point. I've noticed this is something that happens a lot in the German campaign. Our engine's about to cease up any moment now. I don't really want to push it. And there's flak firing. Oh. Almost took a hit there. Flak firing all over the place. I can just about believe we're about to take one to the face any second now. Okay, well. I do believe that's the all the Q we need. Oh. Certainly eventful. Well, I wouldn't call that well done. I haven't dog fought in the Maki for a very long time. We did shoot down 2 medium planes, but I really wish I could have done anything against those I-16s. I think the I-16 is pretty much the only Russian plane that is on a somewhat even footing with the Maki. Fighting them in a 109, even the E-7, would have been much easier. But we did get a couple of planes, and the Russian lost even more. So at the very least, our mission was successful. Even though I can't say I feel too proud about my prowess in that fight. We have been awarded the pilot's badge. And we lost Hermann König. One of the few normal-looking people in the entire career mode. We also lost 2 planes. Oh, he was wounded. He wasn't dead. Alright, roger that. And after that, we strike back. There is a 20mm set for. Sorry, I'm reading through the chat log a little late. Rejag, there is a 20mm set, and I was using it. That's the only reason I was able to bring down any IL2s. Or is it a 50mm? I think it's a 20mm. Not sure. Either way, I was flying with the gun pods. Here come the good guys. Oh no. He's clearly evil. Look at the glee at which he murders innocent civilians. And I don't know what that pilot is doing. To spiral out of control with just the one engine. I wonder if... I wonder if there's a political message here. Ferry cover. So let's just get right to it. Yes, clearly the 110 was ferrying innocent civilians and nuns. Yes, ground cover. And here we go, ferry cover. Which sounds incredibly boring, but... Earth does that mean? Ugh. 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 Well, we don't need the gun pods for this. Might as well take the sevens out, I suppose. Not that I mind having a couple of extra, but really they're quite useless. Let's get rid of those. I wonder what exactly we are supposed to ferry. I believe, if we're unlucky, it's Junkers 52s, which means that those 440 kilometers per hour flight plans they suggested might be a tad optimistic, as being roughly 100 times faster than the top speed of an unladen Junkers 52, African or European. Oh, Hearts of Iron combined with a flight sim, eh? Sure wouldn't mind that. Personally, I would love a game that is some kind of a flight sim mixed with an open world RPG in basically the setting of Porco Rosso, so interwar seaplanes in the Adriatic. That would be my dream game. No one's ever made a flight sim RPG, and I do believe that's a damn shame. How many planes were there? 4? Yes. At least the cloud cover is somewhat lower today. Not quite sure why I keep falling behind doing nearly full combat power with my machine guns removed and not a fuel tank. Like, supposedly you should be able to do this without taxing your engine. I also haven't really seen any of those ferry planes. Are there any? And if so, where? I don't see any ferries. Do you guys see any ferries? Max, any ferries? Well, I shouldn't be able to. I shouldn't have to use the boost setting to keep up with my mates. My radio settings are about 65, which is just about as low as I dare go. Certainly not fully open or anything. Close the oil rats a little bit, I suppose. I shall take your advice, Kayla. You are the resident expert on the MC202. I hope you guys will forgive me some unfamiliarity with this plane. If you insist. Certainly a fair bit faster now. I actually have to slow down. So I was dogfighting last mission with my oil rads fully open. And here we are again, my absolute favorite part of the career mode. Cruising around in formation. And playing tricks. And little pranks on the AI. Like tipping their wings. Thought I saw a little glimmer over there. It is such a beautiful looking plane. Really looks like a sports car. Yeah, I've almost closed the oil radius, as you said, and I can't see the temperatures rising by all that much. Whereas I've certainly gained a fair bit of speed. I used to have trouble staying at 400 with the settings at the throttle at about 70-80%. Now I'm at around 50 and I have no trouble getting 450. So, how are we with the flight plan? Almost there, passing the second waypoint. Some minor course adjustments. Maybe we are escorting the ferry back. Who knows? So, Matt, how are you doing? Getting the itch to fly again? You should pop on while I'm streaming something with the P39 or the A20. Get the American in you going. Rather uneventful flight so far. Good morning, Ace. Of spades. Not to be confused with Pilto, of course. This is a stream, a charity stream for the poor sods stuck at work this lovely grey Saturday. Namely Cam 51 and Kayla, our old friends. Not terribly eventful though, so far. Well, there was the dogfight a little while back, of course. Are we nearly there? Nearly there. I'm getting some weird screen tearing around the propeller when I turn my head quickly. I don't know if it's just the... What on earth is that? And why does it happen? Never noticed that before. Not typically an issue I have either. Oh god, there's some really serious screen tearing going on. I think G-Sync would help with all that. I think I'll have to go review my... What? Oh, it's because of the cloud. I think there's something... I set the FPS to be capped to 60 the other day. I think that might be interfering with something on this 144 screen. So beautiful. And look, just look at that oil radiator scoop. You could just put a couple of incendiary 50 mils or 50 cals. I keep mixing those up in there, and Bob's your uncle. In contact, proceed with your mission. Don't exactly know what we're in contact with, but I shall follow the leader. Fighters? No. Those are not fighters, those are Peshkas, I believe. IL2s. Are we not going to engage the IL2s? Oh, I see. We're engaging these bastards, are we? This time, we shall fight them in the vertical instead. Where did the dogfight go, I wonder? He's wobbling a lot, isn't he? Wow. The muzzle velocity of this gun is atrocious. Oh, we'll climb back up and try again, I suppose. Save our friend against those Russian laser guns. And the AI is doing what I did, which is get involved in a long-ass turn fight. Because it seems to be just about the only thing that the AI is capable of. That should do it. Nope, he is insisting. I don't want to waste any more ammo on you. I have about 50 rounds. Oh, bloody hell. Well, I suppose this guy will get the brunt of it then. And there are even more planes going around than I thought. Which means we ought to check our 6. Up and here we go. Straight into the doggy. Have to help my friend here. We are to stand any real chance of... I don't like the sight. I believe that's him out. Yep. I did not take the 7.7. I was expecting us to escort Junkers 52s. Not engage in low altitude dogfights with... I think I need to open the rads a little bit more, unfortunately. With I-16s. I chose Nimble over That's a Maki. Why was it taking flak? To be honest, the 50 cals are most of what you need in this plane. The 7.7 do terrible damage. They still have terrible muzzle velocity because they're not the German ones. And they are quite heavy and quite far out in the wings, I believe. So performance is overall much better without them. But of course, I wouldn't mind 1,000 rounds of extra ammunition, especially against I-16s, who are the least resilient of probably all the Russian planes. Is it the same Maki? It looks like it. Yep. Those rounded wingtips and long, beautiful wings. Okay, so that's the mission, I suppose. I wonder if our squadron mates have crashed and that is why he's circling me. If the commander crashed, I might have accidentally taken command. See, much better results when you stay in the vertical, as a German or Italian plane, generally speaking. When you fly multiplayer, though, I find that the best thing to do if you're flying the Maki is actually go into turn fights. Not stay in them for very long, but most Russian, at least novice pilots, really don't expect any German to stay with them. And they're not really all that read up on the capabilities of the Maki. Because no one flies it, because it's a shit plane. Here we go, there are some more I-16s. Let's keep... Ooh. That looks like a Maki opening up. And an I-16 that is running. But there is another I-16 over here up high, which we shall deal with first. Very well done. Or very poorly done, from my perspective. Running towards his friends, I suppose. Or is that a Maki? Can't tell with that against that. That is a Maki. I was hoping to keep track of him, but unfortunately I did not. Where are you? Am I the last unicorn? Where were you? Where were you when I was young? Well, looks like they're both gone. Nope, there it is. Aha, my ruse the gear worked. The only question that remains is, do you have an I-16 worth $5,000? Looks like they do. You have an I-16 firing. The I-16 is a terrific turn fighter. A terrible turner, and no, I did not miss the second I-16 swooping in behind me there. Just want to take one of them out of the fight if I can. Really? Terrible RPM too. It's not really good for snapshots, as you might have noticed. Oops. Something on R6. Shit! Right on R6, and that gun will kill us. It will straight up kill us. Of course, our best chance here is sustained climb. But he is right on R6. And just waiting for... Okay, so, new plan. There's another thing the I-16 can't do very well, dive. Yeah, you know what? I'm just gonna keep going this direction. Can't really see behind me very well, but we'll keep going. I think we should have absolutely no problems outrunning them. Sure, but I don't want to engage them at low speed. After all, yesterday I lost 3 careers in as many missions. Because I didn't care very much. But Lucio Rigatoni is... yeah, I don't even think there's any chance of them. Well, they could still be on me, mind, but yeah, there they are, far behind me. But they probably won't engage. So now that we've gained some distance, we can start climbing again. Oh yes, it's a beautiful, 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 beautiful plane, and also rather gorgeous. There they are. And there's more, there's 5 of them. Can't even spot them. There they are. Oh. Bollocks, they're much closer to Cobalt than I thought. And there are the rest of them. Oh, Jesus Christ, this was a bad idea. Reginald Wolverhampton would have shot them down, of course. Now, I'm trying to bait them into overspeeding, because the I-16 overspeeds incredibly easily, while I can pretty easily push this plane into past 800 kilometers an hour, if I need to. I just want to... Yep. There we go. There's at least one of them down. Saw that explosion there. And I only see one of them still in the air, so maybe we got more than one. Oh, looks like there's more than one left. Yep, there's one right on R6. Well, we'll keep running then. If you haven't seen Vikram's career in months, that's at least partially your own fault, I think. You can go back and watch them whenever you want. No, but seriously, I was going to record another episode today or possibly tomorrow. to be honest. So we've gotten 1 or possibly 2 by maneuver kill. I think we got 2 by maneuver kill. Tricking them into ripping their controlled surfaces off. And I believe at this point there's a decent chance that these buggers will run out of fuel. Because they must be burning a lot of it. Sorry, I had to sneeze there. Well, we'll have to land again while under fire from I-16s. Yes, the I-16 has an absolutely pitiful range and loiter. In fact, it's to the point where it's an issue when you try to fly an I-16 career, because the mission generator doesn't care about how the endurance of your plane. At least not particularly well, because you can get missions assigned where just getting from your airfield to the engagement zone, and never mind coming back, just getting there will drain all the fuel out of an I-16. As I've even seen some accounts on the forums of people having their entire flight run out of fuel and crash as soon as they reach the mission point. Yes, I'm practically counting on Helmut Spielkopf and his 37 mils. What? I'm leaning back now. It's... Oh no, that explains the confusion. It is... Well, they are doing all they can. How's our fuel looking, by the way? Well... Kayla, help me out. Where's the fuel gauge? I thought it was like over here somewhere. That's the oxygen pressure. This is fuel pressure. This is oil pressure. Pressure, pressure, pressure. Does it have a fuel gauge? The yellow bar. This thing. Roger. Cheers. Come on, Helmut. We are counting on you. So we're about 50% fuel, considering we took off with about 430 something. What? People say IL2 going too casual way now. It's true. I mean, they're not really changing anything. What? Please elaborate. I haven't heard anything about this, and I don't think it's true. No. It's still very much a semi-hardcore flight sim with some Roger that. I am, as you might be able to tell, not Poland, but I wish you all the luck. I wonder if they've crashed already. Possibly. Well. Nah. No way. They still use the same flight model as everything else. It's just that they're rather stupid. In part because they are using the same flight physics as everyone else. Makes it rather tricky to program their AI, as you have to basically teach them how to fly. But no, they're using the same system. Wish you all the luck with that, mate. It's not just the camel pilots. Ace of Spades, it's just about everyone. They go in and then they go hanger. Don't mind him. I don't know what it is about the Maki's landing gear in particular, but it's just about the draggiest landing gear in the game. And hop. Early flare, and then we cut out. I have to practice those landings. I'm always coming in a bit too steep. Oh, hello, man. Are you taking off to intercept those? Oh, well, whatever. I won't taxi this thing to the... I have to get a horse or something to come get me. I wonder what the tolerances are for the Maki gear legs. Or if you could use them as a sort of makeshift air brake. Because they easily drop you about 100 kilometers an hour in about 2 seconds. Of course, in the Maki, you very, very rarely want to drop speed. 2 planes, 2 light planes, that's, you know, could be much better, but considering how outnumbered we were at most points in this career, I reckon that's a fair thing. And that's, of course, not counting the maneuver kill we got, and all those IL-16s that will never return because they ran out of fuel. And we did lose a 202 to a crash. Oberleutnant, Oberleutnant, Oberleutnant. Hauptmann, Oberleutnant, Oberleutnant, Hauptmann, Oberleutnant, Oberleutnant. Feldwebel, Oberfeldwebel. There's a lot of officers in here. Cheers, great. Wasn't my finest flying, but we are slowly improving our Marquis skills. We are relocating to Migalovo. Alright, so this is just going to be a transport mission. We're changing to a different airfield. It's not the most exciting missions typically, although we could get attacked. But I will say that I do like the fact that they are actual missions that you do, because it's very much a reality. You didn't just respawn at a new airfield. We are... Oh, wow! 3rd Panzer Group. Well done, mates. This is where we used to be. And now suddenly we're based over here. We have taken Kaliningrad. Cheers, Spates. Have a nice one. It's rather optimistic of the Germans to put us here, but I guess that's what we'll do. We'll take the... well, I didn't really need the full fuel, but this time I will take the machine guns, just in case. I will keep our appropriate skin. Alright, you heard the man. New airfield, off we go. It's a very pleasant plane on takeoff. Well, it's a very pleasant plane in general, but... Okay, easy. Oh yes, yes, quite so. As if we didn't already have issues with the Russians camping our spawn. Well, you're assuming that you were able to fall asleep in the first place, Gray. Wish I had some appropriate Italian music. Thank you for flying directly inside the cloud that is about 2 meters from top to bottom. Don't fly behind, don't fly above. No, please fly exactly inside the cloud so that following you is only possible because of the bugs. Can't believe you've done this. Stupid sun, won't you come and take a ring? I expect this to be a rather uneventful mission. So I would recommend all viewers to go grab a cup of coffee. Maybe Kayla, you can go to the 4th floor vending machine, grab you something. Some snacks perhaps. Cam is probably not watching anymore, I don't know, but if he is, why don't you bring him along for a coffee run and some candy? Yes, you go do that. I'll make sure to let you know if this chap is suddenly enveloped in flames. As we cruise slowly towards a new airfield. Through the rain. Gotta say, this rain effect is... oof, I like it. I really like that they added it. Might seem like a small and inconsequential detail, but it really does add something. A certain je ne sais quoi. Gorgeous, isn't it? And no, not even a Hun in the sun to be afraid of. Because we are the Hun, aren't we? Probably close the rads even more. Since we are flying so slow. This is very relaxing. Although possibly slightly boring for you. Watching from home or from work. But wherever you are, just remember, I'm thinking about you. I don't want to set the world on fire, baby. I just want to start a flame in your oil cooler. In my heart I have but one desire, and that one is you. In my sights, pew pew pew. Well, how far along are we? Alright, we'll wait until this... Getting closer to the front, so something might happen. In fact, one of the complaints I've heard leveraged against the current campaign is that you pretty much always seem to get action. In the Rise of Light career, you could quite often have, well, as people who follow my channel will know, it is very possible to have several missions in a row where absolutely nothing happens, which is boring, but realistic. But in this career, it seems like at the very minimum, one flight is always set to oppose you. I haven't flown a single mission where we weren't engaged by something, and I've heard much the same from other people on the forums. I can't say for certain if it's true or not, but it does seem to check out so far. And, you know, that's fair, at least as an option, but I do wish it was an option to not always have enemies find and engage you. In particular, as several of the difficulty levels mean that you are always outnumbered. That's what the hard difficulty does, for instance. It doesn't affect the AI, as far as I know, but it does mean that the odds are always sort of stacked against you. Which means that you will have a flight of 3 planes meeting a flight of 16. Or however many our system can handle. Let's do a little bit of this. I can't... I'm sorry, but I can't recall who it was that had a chat with me about Spyro the Dragon the other day. But I will have you know that I have looked into getting a PS1 emulator up and running, as I don't have any recording software for the one plugged into my television set. So who knows? Maybe April the 1st we'll have an entirely new direction for this channel. Oh gosh. Oh god, this is beautiful. This is so beautiful. Thank you for insisting on flying inside the clouds. I have this thing with my streams where apparently during dogfights there's 2 people watching, and as soon as I go in for like a 4-hour transport haul, that's when all the people drop in. Must have a terrific view of my streaming capabilities at this point. Oh, Luftschiff, I say, that's the fellow is always so boring, isn't he? It's so incredibly common. Why doesn't he just move to traffic flight sims? Oh, yeah, it's a capital idea. Just wait. And we seem to have leveled off again. We are almost, well, we're almost at the airfield. Well, let's just a quick check. Here, if I sort of go up to 50% speed and I turn the auto level on, and goodbye. Aha! I can see from over here that the view count increased to 11. Yeah. Well, it worked so. Where did everyone go? Oh, did I drift into their formation or something? Hello, I'm back. Disappointed I was, I was expecting more people to tune in there. Well, we have basically arrived at our airfield. Look at it, boys, our new home. Another flat section of Russia. With some morning mist. Oh, good heavens. Thank God for the cloud bug, eh? Ah, I see. Well, I did actually move away from the monitor, although there was some limits to how far I could go in my room. I was just about to leave the room when I saw that, of course, My squad mates were up to something. I didn't want to die, so I came back. I chickened out. I'm sorry. Of course, with such cowardice on displays, how could I expect the viewership to go up? Yes, Russia. Hello and welcome to the tour of Russia. If you look out on your right window, right now we are passing Russia. And now, if you look out on your left window, we will soon be passing Russia. In a couple of minutes, we will also arrive at Russia. We shall stop for a short potty break and then be on our way. Souvenirs will be sold in Moscow. Let's hope we arrive. But if you look out on our right wing, we have 5 tons of Italy. Being delivered into the heart of the motherland. This summer, and a left-hand bank is Italian Angels. When the moon hits your eye like a big pizza by Dad's Amore. That's the only Italian song I can think of right now, that's Amore. Well, that should be it for this particular cruise of a mission. Snooze cruise, as we might call it. We are... I see. We are apparently zoom climbing into the face of a yak. An entire flight zoom climbing vertically into the face of a yak. That's interesting. And I take some pot shots over here. It would be great if we could hit him. Not really going to happen anytime soon, but... I don't know how you engage the boost in this thing, Kayla. I don't know what button it is. Oh, there it is. Oh, heavens! It's like driving a Ferrari. These are my Italian friends just cruising around. Oh, whoa. Oh, I had it mapped. It just wasn't mapped very... How long can you keep the boost on, I wonder? Do you know? I don't like playing with engine settings I don't fully understand. I do believe you should be able to run combat power at 30 mins. I really should check up the engine specification for this thing. That was a MiG. I see. Thought it was a Yak. Now, where is that airfield of ours? It's right by New Homeland. That's a Mach-E, I think. I don't know what to make of that. Looked to me like we got one. Glad to see that the AI isn't completely incompetent. Engaging that thing over there, eh? Yes, our critical mission was basically get here. Goddamn clouds! And that was, I believe, another MC-202 crashing. Indeed. Turning on the cheats for a second here. See if I can even keep track of him. I have the sun in my eye again. And I do mean the real sun, not the virtual one. Nope, can't make him out against that. Because he was much higher than that. Got him. Bollocks. That's another one. Whoop. That's another enemy, isn't it? No, that's a Mach-E. Please. Keep going. And he's on fire. And I've damaged my engine by running it too hot for too long. But at the very least, we are right over our airfield. I also think that I might have overheated it. Yes. Well, it's not necessarily overheated, but it's definitely very, very hot. Now let's see if we can find that airfield. It's right over there, I think. He's taking off. Flak is still firing. And we are much too fast. And he is right in our way. Landing. No, he's landing. Okay. I thought he was taking off. Never mind that. I can't land this thing very well. Sorry. Those MiGs are doing a number on us. Were they just idling over our airfield all this time? So let's see, 3 missions in. Every one of them we've had fighters loitering over our home airfield. I only got confirmed kills for 1. Huh. Could have sworn I saw 2 go down. Oh well. We must have lost a bunch of these. Ah, we have been awarded the Iron Cross. Sehr gut. Marcus is wounded. His plane is totaled. Hermann König is dead. His plane is lost. Fritz Meyer has totaled his plane, and Albert Zimmermann wird tot. But on the bright side, we managed to relocate 2 planes and 3 pilots. I also managed to relocate at least 1 MiG straight into the ground. I wonder about that. Definitely shot up 1 more, but whatever. Clouds at 600 meters, so we're still dealing with these low clouds. An additional 10 Macchis will need them at the rate we're losing them. Moscow evacuated as Germans threaten breakthrough. Well, ferry cover mission in progress. Intercept recon planes. We're sending up one Maki to intercept a recon plane. Oh, I am sorry, Andreas Voigt. Yeah, he looks about as enthusiastic as I would be. Meanwhile, we are being sent up to escort ground attack missions. We'll do one more mission, I think, if people are feeling up for it. That should give you ample time to finish work, Kayla, shouldn't it? And then you can come back home, and we can fly out on Wings of Liberty or something, wouldn't we? Oh, right, yes. I thought we were taking off from here, which was confusing me. Right, so we're taking off from here. We just about landed 10 minutes ago. Then we are apparently crossing over the lines, all of 5 meters. It takes 1 minute to get to the front lines, and here apparently they have a whole bunch of nonsense going on. Defensive positions, troop concentrations, artillery. Yeah, it's not good at all, really, seeing as they could probably fire easily onto our airfield. So I'm all for taking that out. We're escorting some bombers, and then the bombers are going all the way back here for some reason. And we have to take them there. And then we fly all the way back. So, covering fighters. Well, if we just were to happen to, bring some bombs, just as a matter of course. What's the, after we drop them, it's about 7 kilometers an hour. It should be doable. So we will carry some bombs, I think. I think that sounds lovely. We'll also reduce the fuel load a little bit because we've survived on quite a lot. So this should easily cover the extra weight of the bombs. Well, not the actual weight of the bombs, but it should cover the speed loss of after we drop them. I do wish to put a much more lengthy bomb timer on it, as I will be dropping them from quite low altitude. So they're only 100 kilobombs, and I need the precision. And we will be going back to 36912. And oh no.